Hello, it's 9:30 on a Thursday night and I'm just trying these. I've bought these back from the workshop. Let me see if I can show you. Well, welcome to the video. Unusual start, sorry about this, but I wanted to show you that I'm putting the backs on these wine boxes. This is rubbish 3mm ply, it's not very good, but look how I've used the sash cramp to hold it exactly square. It was bulging top and bottom, so I've had to use a sash clamp to hold it in the right place. So that's been glued up, and you know I was on about that being flush there and all of that. Well, going along with my design philosophy over there, which is thin and it gets wider there, that's not working. So then I was trying to figure out, what am I going to put in there? So I'll show you what's going in here later. That should all work out. That doesn't belong in there. That belongs up there probably. Oh no, it does belong down there. Pause that. That does belong there. That works, that works. That doesn't. That's now going to go back there. And I did think, right, if I've got planes there, do I put chisels in there? I think I do. So because I'm thinking of putting chisels in there, I thought, well, if I cut that down, I could have the chisels standing up. And then I thought, well, is that best use of space? It probably isn't. So I tried the chisels, and the chisels sit nicely that way, which means I could cut it down. But I don't want to lose that. That's too beautiful to be the side of a... And then I thought, well, if that fits front to back here, which it nearly does, could I cut this down and fit it underneath? It could be a drawer to this. And I was like, okay. Well, not really, because I've got the planer things in the way. There's a spid in there. No, I can't go under there because of that, so I can't go under here. I wonder if I need to make just a 2-inch drawer section to sit on there. It would bring this up, it would give it a top. I could make it full height, full depth. A box with a drawer, 2 handles, open it. I could keep an array of tools in there. And then this can be used for something else, because that's too nice to cut up and not know exactly what I'm doing with it. So that's not changing. Then that way, this would go up a bit to sort of there. I've got room because these boxes are creating lots of room, but I just want to be tight. I want all my woodworking tools in a small area right at the back of the bench. The bench will be here. I want to be able to just turn around, open a drawer, pick it up, turn around, carry on with it, put it away, turn around, open a drawer. I mean, I'm not even changing where my feet are. This makes sense. This is now going to be tool cupboard space, and I think if I've got two knobs on drawers that I can open here, I can put chisels, I can put all sorts in there. Leave that for a bit. Maybe I'll use one of the other boxes that's not so pretty. Actually, look at this one. Look at this one with its box joint. And I've got all of those, so I've got a few. Okay, plenty to think about. That's working. It's working out. It's great. I think I need to make a box on there with a drawer and make it out of pallets or whatever I've got in the workshop. Maybe put a nice piece, a reasonable piece of timber on the top. Leave that for now. Okay. Well, I'm back in the workshop and getting on with some small jobs. There's a bit I've done on there, and there's a little box I'm sorting out just there, sorting some bits out. And it's time I did a video on, I get messed around so much. I mess myself around so much. But it's down to things, and things need doing. It's the next thing that needs doing. And actually the next thing that needs doing is I need to do a briquette video. And I think by the time this video comes out, the briquette video will be out. So I'm going to tidy up and start making some briquettes. I've got about 15 kilos of blooming coffee there, which is a lot. So too much really. So I need to make some up, and I also need to empty the other buckets because they've been sitting there far too long. Anyway, I'm going to do that. And then in this video I'll carry on with bits and pieces and wherever I am. Right, catch you in a bit. And I just thought I'd drop this on you. There's only a tiny bit of Danish oil left in there. So I've done the fronts. I've done the backs of the fronts as well. So they're sealed. And this is the whole point of the shed. I will be sealing these and making them things not just look good, but sealed so they don't absorb any moisture. What I don't want to do in there is I don't want to make things up and then they get moisture in them and it holds the moisture and then tools go rusty. No, sealing everything up. Right, so that's done. I'll get back to you in a sec. Welcome back. It's just gone 8 o'clock. It's just gone 8 o'clock. I'm still here. I want to show you what I've been doing. Have a look. You know I make briquettes, so I've had to empty that bucket because I'd got a load of coffee coming. So what have we got? New batch mixed up today, batch 36, batch 35, which was done the 27th of September, batch 34, 19th of September. So that's got plenty of bugs in it. So that's doing its thing. That's good. And today I've made all of those. I made those yesterday and I made all of those. So I've made 20, I've made 30 or so today. So that's done. And I've also finished this off, which needed trimming up and sorting for somebody. So that's done. So that can dry tonight and then I'll get that in the post. Maybe Poppins Patio. So that's done. And then I need to just have a look at my list and do the next job, which should be the elephant. I really need to do the elephant. Elephant next. It's going to be good. Right. I think I'm going to now go in my shed in the morning and let's open those things I didn't open on the last video. Let's get those open. Because, sorry, just running behind with things because car and whatever. So, yeah. Next video is, next clip. So the next clip should be tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, and we'll do a bit tomorrow night as well. Wednesday morning. So let's get on with it. Let's open this. This is for next week's project. Can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. Right, let's see what's in here. Oh my life! Whoever's wrapped it has done a blooming good job. Keep it. Right. So, there we go. There you go. That's the one part. Let's open the other one. Here's the other part. And together these two are going to make the next project absolute. Oh, flipping heck, it's not. It's not. It's not. That's not supposed to. That's not the second part. I'm still waiting for a part. That's something else. Oh, that's all right. That's something else. No, I need another. Next time. Well, that wasn't supposed to be there. That wasn't supposed to be in that box. Right, let's go to the workshop. We've got somebody in and I've got stuff to get on with there. So let's go to the workshop now. Film some of Dave's stuff again. This is Dave's owl and he's putting some oil on it now to get it finished and it's looking great. Watch last week's video, you'll see a lot of the scorching in this. It was good fun. It was great fun. And then Andrew's making this stuff where we're putting a collar on it. So that's looking pretty good. Leave the oil a little while to go off and then buff it up. And all the grains getting filled with all the carbon and it's black and it's brilliant. Right, we're back in the workshop. Let me show you some bits. This was happening last night. That's Andrew's staff that he's making for King Henry VIII. This will be some sort of bead around there that he's going to carve. So that's good. And we've got a bit of mess left over from Dave doing his owl, which you've probably seen a clip of that. So that's great. I'm going to work on this for a bit. Here we go. It's looking pretty good. This is the wine box that is going to be a plain box. And as you can see, I've put some, I'll show you that. I'll do a bit in the top and show you what I'm doing. So I'll do that up there, and then I'm going to oil that and finish that. And I've got a parcel to wrap up and get that sent away. Right, let's have a look what's going on. So let me show you this. I've already filled this in. I don't know why. I just don't think I want the gaps there. And I might fill these in. That fits, but I need to just plane these off. Oh, I know where I've done it. I'm going to run the plane across here and put some oil on this. I'm going to oil this. I've already oiled that lid, and I've oiled this lid. So if you look at how they've got a nice shine, they're sealed. So they've had a couple of coats of old Danish oil so that they're sealed, so that they won't absorb moisture and then make my tools go rusty. Right, in here, what I've done is I've got a plane that might be coming to the workshop with me, which is a lovely old Marples M5.5, and I've already put in a piece of cardboard with a little bit of acoustic fabric on. The reason for that is because I like them sitting on a bit of fabric. All of those there sit on a bit of fabric, and I can spray a bit of WD-40 or something on there or whatever, or wax, and I don't have to worry about the bottoms going rusty. So that's done. This is still loose. I think something's going in here, but I don't know, so I don't know whether I can fill these yet or not. But the next thing I really want to do is plane this down, plane that down, plane this down, because there's bits and pieces going on, as I think I've already shown you. I'm not sure. These are just screwed together with tiny blobs of glue, so that if I want to separate them at a later date, unscrew them, put a chisel in, split them, they'll come apart. The backs are two separate backs. That way then, if I change my mind, it's no big deal. So this is all pretty good. So let's put this on its back and let's plane these down. Better. Let's trim that off with a chisel. I've turned it around the other way because the grain's going the wrong direction, so you can't see it, but that should, there you go, make a nice curled shaving, which means it's leaving a smoother finish on here. That's pretty good. Now this one, which I think is okay from this direction. Yeah. Bit of sandpaper just to take the aris off, or some people call it breaking the edge, just so that it doesn't get damaged or broken. Right, let's try the lids. You're still with me? That one works in there. There you go, 2 lids, all done. That's ready for some oil. Looks better with those closed. This one just looks like a dark hole, but I don't know what's going in there yet. So, temporary. But that looks great. Right, I'm going to give those a coat of oil. So I'm using up some old colon oil. And the reason for this is because it needs using up. It does have a date on it. This has got, yeah, this is a few years old. So I just want to use it up. Good to use it on benches and all sorts of things. I wouldn't use the best oil on here, but good to get all this lot sealed. There we go. Look how red that's come out. That looks great. So it's all had a coat of oil. These boxes are lovely. And the thing is, I could put that in the workshop like that and use it on the wall. I've got a little bit of a plan for that, but I'll show you that later. But if I wanted to take that out, I could put a couple of planes in there, plane in there, and I could almost carry that around, and it could almost have a handle on the top so that I could carry some planes around. Food for thought. Right, that's it for now. I'm going to stand that up so that it can dry off. There you go, and the air can get round it, and I'll come back tomorrow. I'll see what I can get done tomorrow. It does look good, doesn't it? Look at the colour of that. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll see what I can get done, and I think I'll go through how I did the fabric base, so that you can see how I've done the fabric base for it. That can be glued in tomorrow, and then I can just do this top part here, the base in there. That's ready for 2 planes to go in, so I've got 5.5 and 2 number 4s across there. Job done. Right, back in the morning. And the next morning it's straight on with using a cereal packet, straight edge, get a nice straight edge for the back of the box. I've already got it marked for the bottom one, how deep it needs to be front to back. So I'm just cutting that with a scalpel. Has to cut through a couple of times with the scalpel. And then I need to put a square end on one of them. Later to find out that the inside of the box isn't perfectly square anyhow, so it doesn't matter too much. It's good practice for future boxes, this is really. It's good practice. Spray adhesive all over the back. Probably did use a bit too much there. And then I can joint those strips of fabric onto that cardboard and try it in place. Don't forget, mark the backs. You don't put it in different way around. Felt stretches, so yeah, I had to keep trimming it a couple of times to keep it away from that groove because I didn't want the sliding door to catch that groove. Then a few spots of glue here and there just to hold it down, just to make sure it doesn't ride up. And then the best way to hold it down is to actually put the planes in place. And this is how it'll look. I might put some wax. In fact, I'll put some wax on these. Make them run a bit smoother. But that looks great. And then on to a really cool job. This elephant. It's got a lot of problems. I'm going to go through it on the next video, but I'm still waiting for that parcel. So when that parcel arrives, we can get started on this thing. These have arrived. Let's have a look. See what we've got. So that's the one. There you go. This is a 2-part filler. A little card. Hardener. And then this one that's heavy. That's a 1-part filler. So I'm going to use this for doing part of it, and I'm going to use this other one for the other part. So come back next week and see me with the elephant and the two different fillers, the deeper one and the finer one. Let's get on with this project.